We're also told to expect another big announcement today. What is it? Don't know for sure, but our next guest, North Carolina businessman John Allison, is said to be a possible contender for U.S. Treasury Secretary, and he met with Mr. Trump yesterday. And you know what? Through the magic of television, right now, he's joining us from Winston-Salem, North Carolina. John, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Let's start at the very beginning. We've been watching the elevators, the doors open, people disappear. You got in the elevator yesterday, you went up to the 26th floor, you go into the corner office. Who's there and what happens?
Well, it's a very similar, I think, to a lot of job interviews. Of course, President-elect Trump was there. Vice President-elect Pence was there. Steve Bannon was there. Some other people came in and out. Steve Munchin came in and out. It looked like a job interview, and also I think a sincere effort to get a little advice.
Sure. When it comes to advice, you have plenty of it. As a guy who's been in business for a very long time, among other things, you would like to abolish the Federal Reserve. I understand you would like to replace Dodd-Frank with copies of Atlas Shrugged, which I think is funny, and return to the gold standard. So yesterday, when the President-elect of the United States said, "So, John, what do you think we should do?" what was your advice to him?
Well, in regards to monetary policy, while my long-term ambition would be to get rid of the Federal Reserve and go back to a private banking system that we had in the United States, that Scotland had, that Canada had, that worked very well, we're not going to get there in my lifetime. That's just not going to happen. And the main thing we need to focus in terms of the Federal Reserve is on two areas. In monetary policy, we've got to have discipline, and we need some kind of rule. I like the Taylor rule. I like some kind of GDP indexing rule, so that the Fed can't just do what it wants to do and create what I believe is a very difficult mess that it's got to undo what it's done. So discipline on the Fed and effectively taking away a lot of its power, which is, it's a scary organization because there's no control of the organization. And the other side is a radical reduction in regulation. I'd like to see the repeal of Dodd-Frank. I don't think that'll happen politically, but Dodd-Frank can be radically revised. And I believe that Dodd-Frank has played the biggest single role. There have been a lot of other factors, the biggest single role in the lack of economic growth, particularly the creation of new businesses. Because commercial banks, like my old bank, BB&T, used to be venture capital, small business lenders, and we can't do that anymore, and it's really hurt the economy. Well,
we might be hearing your name one of these days very soon as somebody on the cabinet. John Allison, former chairman and CEO of BB&T. Sir, thank you very much for sharing a little of what went on yesterday over at 57th and 5th Avenue.
Thank you very much. Have a great day.
You as well.